He's going to be preaching on the most part like our other seniors have been. And before he gets started, I just want to tell you a really quick story from some really positive times in my life when me and Joel were up in front of a youth group in Darryville, Haiti. And for the first time in either of us doing anything like that, we preached them a message to them. And I don't know about him, but that changed my life forever. And I'm really excited to be able to see him preach again. And I hope that you all get something out of this.
So I'm not used to public speaking, so if I'm very nervous, I'm sorry. So, as I get started, I'll say, what do you say matters most to you right now? Can't answer if you don't have to, but would you say it would be friends, sports, grades, chicken nuggets, boyfriend or girlfriend, your faith, even? It may not feel like it sometimes, but the way you prioritize things in your life right now really matters. So even though asking you what matters most seems like a harmless question, it's actually a big deal. Why? Because even the things you prioritize now can impact your future. And I imagine this sounds like something you would expect an adult to say, which I'm not. I get that. It is kind of an adultish way to start the message. But it is true. What you prioritize now can lay the groundwork for what happens when you leave high school. With that in mind, we come back to the question we've been asking throughout the series. Can faith and science coexist? Now let's have another question. What in the world does that question have to do with how we prioritize our lives? Come on. Let's talk about it. As a high school student, it's important that you figure out how to view faith and science in a healthy co-relationship. Let me illustrate some building blocks. As you go through your high school years, you're stacking the building blocks of your faith. You may not even realize you're doing this, but it's true. I really did not prepare well for this. I'm sorry. You're here at church, so church at least has some importance in your life. Or your friends get fun. So, this represents church in our life. You may be connected to your small group, so that shows relationships matter as well. Maybe even read your Bible and pray a little more consistently than you have before, showing that these things seem to matter too. Even if you're not sure about all this church and stuff, church and Jesus stuff, I've really lost. Okay, you showed up today. So you're at least considering whether or not faith should be an important part of your life, right? No matter where you are in your faith, you're stacking blocks to build it. As you build your own personal blocks, I want to talk about one layer in particular. These boundaries. As you build your faith, these important blocks matter more than all the rest. Why would you think that? Probably because it's the foundation. It's what everything else is built on. What foundation are you building your own faith on? I think for a lot of us, it's one of two things. One, Bible stories. Here's what I mean by that. Our faith matters because the Bible tells us we should. We believe in Jesus because we trust the Bible says that. Maybe we're inspired by stories like David and Goliath, or or Noah and his ark. Maybe we've heard these stories for as long as we can remember. And so we just assume we should believe them. Or, number two, family traditions. For others of us, and if we're really honest, we admit that we're here just because it's what our family does. We may still be debating what we believe, but you know it's important to your mom or dad that you show up, and you show up for them. You build your faith on the fact that your family said it was important. And it's not worth creating conflict by abandoning your faith when you still want to live under the roof. So for a lot of you, you go through high school with faith that you either built on the stories of the Bible or the traditions passed down by your family. And for a lot of you, that's worked for a long time. But here's the problem. What happens when science challenges you? What happens when science bumps up against the stories in the Bible or the fact that your whole family believes? I totally skipped part. I'm sorry. The bottom blocks of our faith are stories in the Bible or the fact that your whole family believes. What happens when a classmate, a college professor, a future boss challenges your faith? If someone brings solid evidence to suggest that the stories you believe in are false or the traditional beliefs of your family are outdated, you hit a crisis in your faith? I think this is why 50 to 80% of students walk away from their faith after high school. Because their bottom row of blocks wasn't strong enough to handle what life threw at them. If someone can disprove your foundation, all the faith you built can come crashing down. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. Science isn't the enemy.
Amen.
Even though it sometimes asks questions our faith doesn't have answers for, which is okay. That's okay. We can build our faith on a foundation that will stand up to any argument or evidence that science presents. Even better, we can take what science says and not see it as going against the building blocks. Against the building blocks of our faith. We can build our faith on a bottom block that has stood the test for 2,000 years and was actually intended to be the foundation of every Christian's faith from the beginning. It's crazy that. So, what should the bottom block be? It's something that cannot be explained, but many people have experienced it firsthand. Let me explain. A little over 2,000 years ago, a man who had become the center of Christianity, Jesus, who was crucified on a Roman cross, was brutally killed because he claimed to be God in human form. He didn't deserve his death. He never mistreated or wronged anybody. Instead, he chose to die to demonstrate how big God's love was, is, and will always be.
Amen.
He showed us what a good and gracious God looks like. Jesus' death was the way to fix what was broken between me and God. And there goes one of my blocks. No, that's So he died on the cross and was placed in a tomb. Even though it was a surprise that religious leaders were willing to kill him to shut him up, his death itself wasn't a surprise. Every religious leader and political leader died eventually. But Jesus' story was different, which is what makes Christianity different. According to one of Jesus' close friends, Matthew, some women were headed to Jesus' tomb, most likely to give him a proper burial after crucifixion. Then Jesus tells us what happens next in Matthew 28, 2-6. Turn that if you like. I encourage you. Matthew 28, 2-6. There was a violent earthquake, where an angel of the Lord came down from heaven and, going to the tomb, rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothes were white as snow. The guards were so afraid of him that they shook and became like dead men. The angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you were looking for Jesus, who was crucified. He is not here. He has risen, just as he said. Come and see the place where he lay." Maybe you've gotten used to this story because you've heard it so much growing up. But try and imagine what it must have felt like to the women at the tomb. Then the angel show up and tell them what happened with every other dead person who wasn't true with Jesus. That's kind of crazy. I mean, he didn't stay dead. He resurrected. You don't have to be a scientific genius to know that things like this aren't supposed to happen. It just doesn't. But it did. And since this event 2,000 years ago, the Christian faith has been built on the foundation of the resurrection. One of the most famous Christians of all time, Paul, said in his letter to the church of Corinth, 1 Corinthians 15:14, "And if Christ has not been raised, our preaching is useless, and so is your faith." That's a crazy statement right there. In other words, without the resurrection, everything we believe is pointless. It's kind of scary. Going from dead to alive is what gives us the point of what and why we believe. Paul didn't say, "If you're obeyed in 6 days, our preaching is useless, and so is your faith." He didn't say, "If Jonah wasn't swallowed by an actual fish, if Noah wasn't on an actual ark, if Adam and Eve didn't have a conversation with an actual snake, our faith is useless." He didn't say that because those aren't the building blocks of our faith. Because whether science says the earth was made in 6 days or 6 billion years, it doesn't really affect our faith at all. Because that's not what our faith is built on. What happened on the cross and the days following, that's what matters. As you continue to prioritize the foundation of the rest of your life, here's what I want you to do. Build your faith on what matters most. Amen. As you prioritize what matters most when it comes to your faith in the future, focus on the main thing. The bottom blocks of your faith should be an event, the resurrection. Here's what's cool about this. Hundreds of people testified to seeing Jesus after he was brought back to life. There are multiple accounts of people who wrote about what they saw later. Jesus' closest friend and even his brother, James, were tortured and many were killed because they refused to deny that they saw the risen Jesus. I would find that kind of belief as well. It doesn't make sense, and science can't explain it. But the first Christians saw it, heard about it, and then changed their lives and the culture they lived in as a result. We join a long line of people who place their faith in Jesus because of the resurrection. Amen. So I ask again, what is the foundation of your faith? I want to challenge you to do 2 things with everything we talked about today. Don't walk away from your faith unnecessarily. Maybe you've been wrestling with what I've been talking about. Maybe there was a Bible story or a family belief that just doesn't add up to you. Maybe you've learned something in science class and it's been really tough to argue with. I know I have. Maybe you've learned something. I just said that. And maybe you think what you learned might just have the ability to topple everything you believe. But if you build your faith on the resurrection, and that doesn't have to be the case, you can ask questions, wrestle with scientific evidence, and still keep your faith in place. Amen. Number 2 is build your faith on what matters most. Your faith in Jesus is based on something he did 2,000 years ago. That's a long time. With the evidence of hundreds of witnesses and friends who died defending what they saw. When you head into your future, your faith can stand on that foundation no matter what challenges science, or anyone else presents. When you build your faith on what matters most, you build a faith that lasts. Science can't explain the person of Jesus, the life he lived, or the resurrection he wrought. But that matters the most. The questions or doubts you uncertainty you feel are safe here. If you still aren't sure how science and faith go together, you're in the right place to have an important conversation like this. God can handle your doubts and skepticism that science sometimes presents. All I would ask is that maybe you give us a chance to talk with you about it. Maybe you're on the fence when it comes to faith. You're not sure whether you believe all this, maybe because of something you learned in science class, or in an article, or from a family member. If that's the case, relax. It's okay. Please ask for help. Give us a chance to have a calm conversation with you about the foundations of your faith. As we close this series, I want you to know this. Science and faith don't have to be worlds apart.
Amen.
Science gives us the opportunity to learn more about the God who is behind all of creation. You and I have the faith in God and explore science because we trust in Jesus. We created the world, He created the world, and changed the world through His resurrection. So as we head to group today, as we head to worship today, let me ask you once more. What's the current foundation of your faith?